It's week 4 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's 4th in the NFL in passing touchdowns this season. Hope you're all ready for this one. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against...
A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a yard. Off the bootleg, Barnes. Throw complete there, Rodgers. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Flag comes in, this might be a free play. It's caught, Cameron, left side.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Back to throw. Barnes. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw. Barnes. He finds his man. Complete. That's Flores. 7 yards there and a first down. A gain of 7 and a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Flores. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Gray trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Barnes. And he's got it. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the ball will go over on the goal line stand.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
They run again here with Gray. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Barnes working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Hand off now. It's Gray with it. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 84 yards, and a touchdown.
They've won 2 straight games, and they've done it with the running game as the focal point of their offense. So in this contest, I don't think about doing anything else. I continue to ride the hot hand that I've established and lead with the runners.
On the run, this is Gray. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They'll run it now with Gray. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Barnes. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They go play action here on 1st down. That is taken in by Rodgers. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. It's a big play there. 41 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. 7-0 is our score. Ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
And a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. Here now, 3rd and a yard. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Gray. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Barnes. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On the ground, it's Gray. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open right side, it's Rodgers. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 18 on the play. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Barnes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple. Up the middle they go. It's Gray, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gray. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Exit 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Barnes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd down and 6 now.
Looking to throw. Barnes. Over the middle. It's caught by Rodgers. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down. Gray. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Off the bootleg, Barnes. Rodgers brings it in. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A gain of 5. Results in a first down.
Throw left side complete. That's Flores. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
It's Rodgers here with a grab. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake, Barnes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Operating from the gun, Barnes throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rodgers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Now a handoff up the middle. Gray. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. The 20, 10, and he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. 45 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point attempt to come here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. 5 plays there on that drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Throwing to start the drive. Barnes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rodgers. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes able to find Gray here. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The first down screen pass, good for 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Barnes throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Looking to throw. Barnes looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gray. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Got it complete to Rodgers. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run. No timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first, time for a trip
apiece.
around the league on
As
this
we
final
send you to our
weekend
EA
of September.
studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are out in front in that one. Chris Conley, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Barnes. Over the middle, it's complete. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 2nd and 6. In motion, the tight end. Operating from the gun. Barnes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
Off play action. Barnes. He's going to look deep down the field. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jeff Janis, 47 yards. And his guys are going to take the lead. He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Off the play fake. Barnes.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
On third down, it's Gray.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
The gain that time, 13 yards to reset him 1st and 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on third down, Barnes.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Barnes. Being chased out left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. They were looking to pass the ball there, but they forgot to account for the man with the football.
Yeah, I can hear people right now saying, well, why don't you have a spy in your defense, someone who will dance with him and go where he goes? Well, oftentimes if you utilize a spy, you've taken away someone in coverage as well. And oftentimes, the spy, not as athletic as the guy he's trying to keep up with, so he gets defeated anyway.
And he turns 3rd and goal into a touchdown. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. Off the RPO, he completes it. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Barnes. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be fielded at the 17. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I share my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice.
And touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to take the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4. That'll be caught by Rodgers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Up the middle they go. It's Gray. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
So they bring out their punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gray. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going right side here, and that's complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. Now a handoff up the middle. Gray fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Off the play fake. Barnes. Throw left side complete. That's Rodgers. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's Gray. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Barnes. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
On third down, it's Gray. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Throwing to start the drive. Barnes looking middle, and that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. Off play action. Barnes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, it's Gray. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Off the play fake, Barnes trying to lay one up deep. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on fourth down. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Off play action. Barnes looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rodgers. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on fourth down. And now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the fourth quarter because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down. And after that, the air just went right out of the balloon. And you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this pass caught by Gray.
Powering forward. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Operating from the gun, Barnes. Steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Looking to throw. Barnes. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Barnes. He finds his man. Complete. That's Gray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Looking for Gray and finding him once again.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27.
Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Barnes. He finds his man. Complete. That's Flores. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He finds his man. Complete. It's Stevens. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Back to throw again. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And a solid run down inside the 30.
But now he appears to be in some pain. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
third down. Stevens. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 13, less than 90 seconds to go. Throwing to start the drive. Barnes.
Looking for Gray, and he's got him.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Operating from the gun. Barnes. He finds his man. Complete. It's Flores. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
He finds his man. Complete. It's Flores.
Here's first down.
Looking to throw. Barnes. And he can't escape, and down he goes. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the home team here, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.